Reproduction in Kara. In this lecture, we are going to study about the various modes of reproduction found in Kara. Let us start. Types of reproduction. Kara reproduces by two methods. First one is the vegetative method and the second one is sexual method. In Kara, asexual reproduction is completely absent and no asexual spores are formed. Vegetative reproduction in Kara. Some specialized structures are formed in the plant body of Kara and these structures helps in vegetative reproduction. First one is the amylum star, second is the root bulbil and third one is the amorphous bulbil. Let us study them in detail. Amylum star. In some species of Kara, example Kara stalligera, the basal nodal cells of the main axis form star-shaped aggregate, as the cells are densely filled with the amylum starch. And these bodies, when detached from the parent plant, they give rise to new thallus. The second one is root bulbils. In Kara aspera, some oval or spherical bulbils develops on the rhizoids, and these bulbils, when detached from the rhizoids, they give rise to a new plant. In Kara baltica, these bulbils develops on the nodes of the main axis and they also act as a perinating organ. Third one is amorphous bulbil. In Kara delicatula, there is a proliferation, means multiplication of the cells of the lower nodes, and these irregular group of cells known as amorphous bulbil, and they also helps in vegetative propagation. Sexual reproduction in Kara. The sexual reproduction in Kara is of highly advanced oogamous type. Structurally, the sex organs of Kara are the most complex among the algae. The male sex organ of Kara is known as globule or antheridium, and the female sex organ is known as nucule or oogonium. Both these sex organs are macroscopic and we can easily see them with the help of our eyes. These sex organs are born on the nodes of the branch of limited growth, means primary lateral, and the nucule is situated above the globule. Most of the species of Kara are monoecious and the male and the female sex organs are born on the same branch. But some species of Kara are dioecious and they bear male and female organs on different plants. The structure of mature antheridium. The mature antheridium is a large macroscopic spherical structure. It is red or yellow in color. Its wall is made up of shield cells. There are total 8 shield cells, 4 on the front side and 4 on the back side. One of the specific feature of the sex organs of Kara is that they bear jacket cells. And the jacket cell is named as shield cells. However, the basic characteristic feature of the algae is that the jacket cells are absent. But Kara is exception. In Kara, the sex organs are surrounded by jacket cells. The outer wall of the shield cell has many infolding and which form various types of ornamentations on the surface. Now let us study the internal structure of globule or antheridium. If we look at one shield cell, at the center of the shield cell arises a rod-shaped cylindrical cell known as manubrium. This manubrium arises from the center of shield cell. At the distal end of the manubrium present the primary capitulum cells. There are 4 primary capitulum cells. These primary capitulum cells, these primary capitulum cells are in direct contact with the manubrium, and primary capitulum cells give rise to the secondary capitulum cell. Each secondary capitulum cells has 2 to 4 antheridial filament. These are the antheridial filament, and each secondary capitulum cell bear 2 to 4 antheridial filament. Each antheridial filament has about 25 to 250 antheridial cells. This is the structure of portion of the antheridial filament in detail. They bear 25 to 250 antheridial cells, which on maturity metamorphose to form an anthrozoids. Thus, about 20,000 to 50,000 anthrozoids are formed in a single globule or antheridium. Development of antheridium. As mentioned earlier, that the antheridium or the sex organs are present at the node of the primary lateral. A apical cell present at the node of the primary lateral, it functions as an antheridial initial. It divides by transverse wall to form a lower pedicel cell and an upper antheridial mother cell. The pedicel cell does not divide further, and it forms a small stalk of the antheridium or globule. This antheridial mother cell enlarge in size, and then it divide by 2 vertical division to form a quadrant. Each of these 4 cells of the quadrant then again divide by transverse wall to form an octant. Each cell of the octant divide by 2 periclinal division to form 8 cells arranged in 3 rows. There are 3 rows of 8 cells. The cells of the outermost layer, this is the cells of the outermost layer enlarge and form the shield cell. The cells of the middle layer enlarge to form the manubrium, and the cells of the inner layer forms the primary capitulum cells. Each primary capitulum cells then divide to forms the secondary capitulum cells. These capitulum cells then form the antheridial filament, and these cells of the antheridial filament function as a sperm mother cells. Anthrozoids of Cara. The anthrozoids of Cara are spirally coiled long structure, and they bear 2 flagella at its upper end. It looks like the anthrozoids of bryophyte. At maturity, the shield cell of the antheridium separate from each other, exposing the antheridial filament, and the sperm mother cells gelatinize in water, and the anthrozoids are liberated in the water. Oogonium or nucleus of Cara. The nucleus of Cara is a macroscopic oval structure. It has a short stalk. At its base. It is developed at the node of the primary lateral. In homothallic species or monoecious species, the nucleus lies just above the globule. Nucleus also possesses jacket cells, and these jacket cells are named as corona and the tube cells. There are 5 tube cells in nucleus, and these tube cells are spirally coiled, and these 5 spirally twisted tube cells completely cover the nucleus except at the tip. At the tip of nucleus there are 5 corona cells. In the center of the nucleus, there is a single uninucleate egg, and the food material is stored in the egg in the form of oil drops and starch grains. At the tip of the egg, there is a hyaline area, which is the receptive spot. The presence of jacket cells around the nucleus can be is an advanced character, and it can be compared with the jacket of the archegonium of bryophytes. Now the development of oogonium or nucleus. The oogonium develops from upper peripheral cells derived by the division of the basal nodal cells situated at the base of the anthidium. The oogonial initial, and this cell function as a oogonial initial, and this oogonial initial divides by 2 transverse division to form 3 rows of cells. The terminal cell function as oogonial mother cell. The middle cell function as a sheath initial, and the lower cell function as a pedicel cell. It forms the stalk of the nucleus. The oogonial mother cells elongate and then divide transversely into a small basal stalk cell and a large distal oogonia. These oogonial mother cells divide transversely to form a lower stalk cell and the upper egg. While the sheath initial divides vertically, the middle layer is the sheath initial. This sheath initial divide vertically to form 5 sheath cells. And these 5 sheath cells then divide by transverse division. The upper 5 sheath cells form the 5 corona cell, and the lower 5 sheath cells form the tube cells. In this way, the development of oogonium is completed. At the maturity of the oogonium, the 5 tube cells separate from one another and narrow splits is formed between them. Anthrozoids swim through these splits and penetrate the gelatinized wall of the oogonium. Although many anthrozoids enter into oogonium, but only one of them fuses with the egg to form the oospore. Oospore of Cara. The oospore secretes a thick wall around itself. The inner wall of the tube cells also get thickened, but the other portion of the sheath wall decay. The oospore looks like a thick walled nut. It is yellow, red or brown in color, depends on the species. The oospore with the remains of the sheath fall at the bottom of the pool, and it germinates after a resting period. The duration of the resting periods varies with the environmental condition. The oospore of Cara do not germinate in dark. They require white or red light for their germination. At the time of germination of oospore in Cara, at the time of germination, The diploid nucleus of the oospore divide meiotically to form 4 haploid nuclei. At that time, a transverse wall is laid down near the anterior region of the oospore, forming the two cell. The upper cell is smaller, lenticular and the uninucleate, and the lower cell is the large and trinucleate. The upper uninucleate cells then divide by a vertical division to form a rhizoidal initial and the protonymal initial. Both these cells grows in opposite direction. The rhizoidal initial shows positive geotropism and forms the primary rhizoid, whereas the protonymal initial shows negative geotropism and forms the primary protonyma. The primary protonyma then differentiates into nodes and internodes. Life cycle of Chara. The plant body of Chara is haploid and the diploid condition is found only in zygote, which is known as oospore. At the time of the germination of oospore, the diploid nucleus of the oospore undergoes meiotic division and the haploid stage is again obtained. Thus, the life cycle of Chara is of haplontic type. For further reading, I would like to suggest a textbook of botany by Singh Pandey Jain, Rastogi publication book. Thank you for watching.